everyone. Now that you've watched the video of Stellaluna, let's break down our first element of fiction. Our first element of fiction is character. A character is any person, animal, or spirit in a literary work. So for instance, in our book Stellaluna, our characters included Stellaluna, Pip and Flap and Flitter, who were some of the birds, the other bats. Any of these individuals were characters. They played a significant role on the plot of the story. When we have character, we look at characterization. Characterization is the act of either creating or analyzing a character using both internal character traits and external character traits. With internal character traits, we are analyzing what's happening inside the character. These could include thoughts. What is the character thinking as he or she performs certain actions? What does he or she think about other characters? What are those thoughts? These could include feelings. How does the character feel about the situation or others involved? How does the character feel about his or herself? It could also include others' perceptions of the character. Say, for instance, in Stellaluna, others' perceptions were looking at what did the birds think about Stellaluna? Or what did the bats think about her when they first found her eating a bug and trying to sleep right side up? Those are others' perceptions. What do others think of that character? On the contrast, we have external character traits. External character traits think about the characters outside, what's happening outside of the body that we can see. This could be appearance, how does the character look or dress? They could be actions, what specifically are they doing? What are their mannerisms? How do they behave? It can also include their words, what are they saying? Sometimes you'll find with these words that it will contradict with the internal character traits. For instance, a character might think one thing, but say another. That's important to note because that's going to help us recognize character growth and development. Breaking this down, let's look at some examples from Stellaluna. In Stellaluna, our main character, or one of our main characters, is Stellaluna herself, this bat. When we look at Stellaluna, starting internally, originally she's very frightened. After she becomes separated from her mother, she doesn't know where she is, she's uncomfortable. When Mama Bird finds her, she doesn't know what's expected or how to behave. So that feeling of fright is an internal character trait. We also have identity confusion. She's not really sure for part of the time, is she a bat, is she a bird, what is she? She knows that Mama Bird takes care of her, but she doesn't like to eat, for instance, the bugs, and she doesn't behave like the birds. So she's unsure how that creates her identity. Later, when she meets the bats, she understands that she likes the fruit, she enjoys sleeping upside down, she's similar to them. But again, having not grown up with them, it creates that confusion, an internal character trait. Perseverance. In the story, we see perseverance when Stellaluna is determined to try to learn to fly. Even though she's not graceful like the other birds, that perseverance is an internal character trait. We also have accepting. Throughout the book, she has a feeling of acceptance when she accepts her situation, that Mama Bird is going to take care of her, and that there are certain rules she needs to follow. Later, she's accepting when she identifies finally with the fact that she is a bat. And we also see acceptance when her and Pip, Flap, and Flitter, her bird friends, come to an understanding that even though they're different, they can still be friends. So she's very accepting, and again, that's an internal character trait. Externally, looking at Stellaluna's outside, her actions and her words, we have that she is a bat. She grows in the story from a baby to a child. This is important to notice as a character trait because it's going to help us identify the amount of time that passes in our story. So she does grow. We have, as far as actions, that Stellaluna sleeps upside down and that she eats bugs with the birds, but she prefers fruit. She doesn't really like the bugs. And finally, I have here that she can see in the dark. Now, with our characterization graphic organizer, where we're breaking down the internal and the external, this could be done for any character in your book. Notice, though, that some characters are going to go more in depth than others. And that will tie into our next video where we're looking at character growth with dynamic and static. Have a great afternoon.